Hi everybody, I'm Mike Rowe. Welcome to another New York expedition. Today the scholars and I will be exploring Buffalo. Not the animal, the city. In fact, Buffalo, New York is the second largest city in New York with 330,000 inhabitants. You can probably figure out what the largest city is, New York City, of course. With an additional 7 million residents, Buffalo is not exactly on the verge of knocking New York City off its pedestal as the largest town. But there is a lot to see here and a lot to do. It's a beautiful town. That's City Hall back there. Here is the monument to President McKinley, who was assassinated here 100 years ago. A lot to see, a lot to do, a lot to explore, and a lot to learn, as you'll soon see as we explore Buffalo. Each year, high school sophomores from across New York State apply to become one of 10 New York Wired Scholars, a select group of students who participate in a year-long series of field trips sponsored by the New York Lottery. They'll learn about the great state of New York, its people, its culture, its geography, its history, and its industry. The field trips are New York expeditions.
When I first came here, I would look at things through my eyes, and everything that I've known I would relate it to, but now I feel like I have 9 more perspectives.
We're just connected in some way, and that connection kind of helped us all the way through.
I never look at television the same way again.
Where I live, the community, that's all what makes me me.
Each one of us has a special relationship with each other that cannot be created anywhere else.
I've really learned a lot about the importance of people, the other scholars, the teachers, the guides and friends that we've met in all our travels.
There were 10 of us carefully picked.
I met Susan. You know, she lives out on a farm in upstate New York. You know, it's completely different from what I've grown up with.
I think the person that maybe taught me the most was actually Erin. She taught me that there is art in everything and that art to everyone is something different.
For me, it wasn't necessarily the people that I met. It wasn't necessarily the things that I did, but it was, I think I discovered myself.
I'll have to say it's my ultimate experience.
Like most worthwhile undertakings, effective conservation doesn't happen by accident. It requires a plan. It requires commitment. Both of those things very much in abundance here at the Hawk Creek Wildlife Center, as our scholars are about to find out.
Today we traveled to Hawk Creek Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. We saw many birds, all sorts of owls, hawks, bald eagles, and bobcats, fox, and a 3-legged otter. It was incredibly relieving to me to see that somebody out there cares enough about animals to have the initiative to set up a rehabilitation center like this one. At times I can feel like a candle in the deepest, blackest hole of the human conscience and heart, trying desperately to shed light onto such important matters as protection of our wildlife.
I just want to welcome you to Hawk Creek. Hawk Creek is a wildlife rehabilitation center. So that means we get animals in all the time. They can be the smallest things, a little songbird, baby squirrels, baby opossums, up to bald eagles, golden eagles. We have bobcats, we get coyotes in here. So we have a whole realm of creatures that come in here. Our goal then, as a rehabilitation center, is to get them back out in the wild.
The animals that we rehabilitate are barometers of the environment, and they teach us what man is doing to the environment, and therefore we take that information and put it in our educational programs and then teach our children, and hopefully they'll be kinder to the planet, and hopefully our adults are kinder to the planet too. We believe no one's too old to learn.
Basically, many different animals you have to work with, so you have to be careful with what you do. Now when you start with the little guys, as far as the screech owls go, the kestrels, you need a small glove. It's a small creature. You get to the larger guys, this guy here, you got to work with the eagles. You can keep your jacket right on, but get an idea? Now this glove is actually Kevlar lined. Now if you're not familiar with Kevlar, Kevlar is the same material that police officers use for their bulletproof vests. So yes, this will stop bullets, but it's only talon resistant, which means the pinpoint pressure of the talons. With a golden eagle, it's approximately 800 pounds. So 800 pounds would squeeze through. But don't worry, it would first break every bone. You wouldn't feel a thing once it went through. Okay, this is Emily Insulaco. She's one of our other volunteers and handlers, and she has with her one of the dads. This is Artemis. One of our main projects at Hawk Creek is we have a breeding program with barn owls. They're on a special concern list here in New York State. So, and this is the creature that you're going to help us release today.
Handle the birds and you're going to release them. Isn't there a danger with them becoming emotionally attached in a way with you?
No, but there's never been a problem with the attachment. As you'll see, they'll all, when you release today. There won't be an attachment to you. I'm sorry. All right, now we just need to pass out gloves. I'm going to use mine.
I need a... Are you left-handed or right-handed? Okay, you're probably going to grab the control. Otherwise, the talons are what you're worried about. That's how they go. I've got a 1.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to be grabbing them and handing them off, and we'll all right. I know you're all ready. Ah, you got it.
Okay. Yeah, they're a little nervous, but it's going to be a little... We'll discuss that.
Do they know that we're trying to help them?
You're fine. Yeah, they're a little nervous, but it's going to be a great moment in just a few minutes. Okay, gonna get a really good firm grip on the feet. And just tight enough now that he can't get his legs out.
The real white ones or the males?
Holy cow.
Just gentle, but firm. Okay, let me get his wing in.
Okay. It's a little scary. All right, do you want to take them all out into the field?
You can walk with a purpose. Just keep it a kind of a gentle pace. Okay. What we're going to do is we're just going to spread out here. Why don't you stop right there?
Okay. Feel comfortable?
Yeah.
I'm stepping away.
What you want to do is take your hands a little bit away from your body, okay? And then just don't throw the bird up in the air. Don't let it just release on its own. So just release your fingers that are holding the talons and let the bird fly off. Okay, is everybody ready? Can I count of 3? 1, 2, 3.
The group was able to release 11 barn owls into the wild. The look on each scholar's face as their owl flew off into billowy gray clouds could only be described as wonder. It was truly an experience I shall never forget. And even though it was a happy one, it was a humbling one as well. The sight of our feathered friends soaring to freedom was, without a doubt, an emotional experience. It was tear-jerking, moving, and delightful all in one.
The way we're going now, we hope to keep this up and gradually build the population back up where it should be in this area.
This wasn't my passion that I picked. Nature and wildlife is my passion. It picked me.
Hawk Creek's commitment to conservation goes far beyond releasing a few owls from time to time. It's an understanding that requires a global awareness of how our systems work, and hopefully our scholars will come away with an appreciation of that understanding.